On June 25th, 2024, Kenya witnessed something we hadn't seen in years. A wave of youth-led defiance, hundreds strong, flooding the street with one message: reject the finance bill. It was not just a protest, it was a movement driven by frustration, fear and rage. The Finance Bill 2024 had proposed sweeping tax increases, and for ordinary Kenyans already struggling under rising costs of living, this was a slap in the face.
Mheshimiwa Ruto, tunakuomba sisi mama mboga, mama majani ambayo tulikupigia kura, kama tulikukosea utusamee.
So Kenyans marched, Kenyans screamed, and unfortunately on that day, Kenyans bled. Then came the turning point. After deadly unrest and mounting pressure, President William Ruto stepped forward with a promise that felt like victory. He promised that he had listened and that he would not sign the finance bill.
And listening keenly to the people of Kenya, who have said loudly that they want nothing to do with this Finance Bill 2024, I concede.
Many erupted in celebration. Many believed their voices had finally shaken power. But behind the scenes, a different script was being written, for it and the truth to emerge just months later, with the National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah casually revealing what many feared: the bill had been passed quietly in December 2024.
The bill as it were on June 25th, 2024, we passed it in December. Nobody got hurt, as they were saying. Nobody died, as we had seen before.
Except not as one explosive law, but split into multiple smaller bills passed with minimal public awareness. What the protesters thought they stopped had already made its way into law. However, there were no headlines, no televised debate, no national outcry.
We passed the bill as it were in 4 different bills, achieving the same objective without losses to the country.
The betrayal was not just in what was done, but how it was done. And does this mean all the efforts rallied by young people were in vain? And what does this mean about all the lives that were lost during this period? Ichung'wah justified it as correcting misinformation. He said Kenyans were lied to, that the taxes weren't targeting the poor, that they were protecting local industries.
Kenyans had been misinformed. Oh, when this bill passes, you will not be able to afford diapers and sanitary towels. Kenyans are still buying diapers and sanitary towels. Because we tried telling Kenyans, we are protecting you young people who need jobs. Because the manufacturers of these diapers and sanitary towels are here in Kenya. We do not need to import diapers and sanitary towels from China, India, UK, the Americas. We are growing their industries when we are killing our own industries.
But critics argue this is a spin. If the government had been transparent from the start, would dozens of lives have been lost? Was it really about misinformation or about manipulating timing until dust settled?
Hey guys, yani Kenya, it's like there is no law. It's like even we don't exist. It's like Kenyans we don't count. Because nimesikiza Ichung'wah akiongea na hata hana aibu. Na sijui ulikuwa unatuambia ndio tufanye nini. Ukituambia ati the bill 2020, the reject bill mulipitisha on December.
Because it was quietly, angeacha tu ikue tu quietly. Mbona analopokwa? Mbona anafanyukwa?
Anataka mjue kwamba
ushaona alishinda. Oh, so inafurahisha sana.
Eventually ilishinda.
Inafurahisha sana. Angejamaza tu vile ambao lipitisha quietly, pia angeendelea tu, angejamaza tu. Sio lazima ati upayu uropokwe.
Ichung'wah's statement wasn't just a mockery, it was a dagger to the heart. Hiyo pain nayo nimeifeel. To proudly admit they passed everything that was in the Finance Bill 2024 in silence, knowing full well that lives were lost in protest, shows just how detached they are from the pain of the people. We cried, we bled, and they sat in silence and passed the bill. With another netizen saying the political class is digging its own grave through arrogance and unchecked opulence, and that will mark the beginning of a revolution and their eventual downfall. Kimani Ichung'wah telling us to our faces that last year's finance bill was passed in December and this year's was silently pushed through, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's nothing short of spitting on the faces of the people. So where does this leave Kenya now, when leaders promise to listen but act in shadows, when the blood of protesters dries only to be mocked months later? We are forced to ask, did Kenyans win, or were they just distracted long enough to be bypassed? Share your thoughts and take in the comments with us. What do you think? How do you feel after hearing that despite all the efforts on June 25th, 2024, the finance bill was passed later?